Hello everyone, this is Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you a race today from Thompson Motorsports Park in Thompson, Connecticut. We're going to be racing with 12 of the very best Legends car drivers working on the iRacing service today for 30 fast laps at Thompson Motorsport Park. Let's walk through the starting grid. Starting in position number 12 in car 11, it's the Red Bull Legends car of Eric Sloan, Eric Racing out of California. In the 11th starting spot in car number 8, that's Max Donnelly. Max racing out of Tauranga, New Zealand. Welcome, Max. In the 10th starting spot, in car number 7, that's Logan Ramsey in the My Little Pony Legends car. Logan races out of York, Pennsylvania. In the 9th spot, in car number 12, that'll be Junior Wilson, Junior in the pitboxes.com Legends car racing out of Beaufort, North Carolina. In the 8th spot, in car number 4, it's John Tuckness. Tuckness will show up on your screen as car number 94, but in your telemetry in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, he's going to show up as the white car number 4. Tuckness, sponsored by Warness Racing out of Nashville, Tennessee. In starting position number 7, it's car number 10. That's the 10 car of Daniel Keaton, Daniel Racing out of the Mid-South region. Starting in the 6th spot, car number 5, that'll be Ronnie Poole. Ronnie in the main performance PC car racing out of the New England region. Now your top 5. Starting in position number 5, it's car number 9. That is the Cobra Kai Legends car of Timothy Keeler. Timothy racing out of the Great Plains. Starting in 4th, in car number 3, that'll be Stephen Graham racing out of California. In the 3rd starting spot, he'll show up on your screen as car 00. In your telemetry on the bottom left-hand side, he'll show up as car number 6. That is Aaron Johnson in the Moon Eyes Speed Equipment car, Aaron racing out of Bailey, Colorado. On the front row outside in car number 2, racing in the Outlaw Chevrolet, he's going to show up on your telemetry as car number 2 on the screen. He will be the white and black car number 88. That's Brian Trower from Concord, North Carolina. And starting on the pole in car number 1, he's racing the El Fresco Mexican Grill Legends car from Virginia. That's Jacob Putman. Let's go ahead and join the action as the pace car leads the field down the back straightaway. Putman hammers the gas, the pace car's in, and it's Jacob Putman taking an early lead as we start the race at Thompson Motorsports Park. Putman out front, followed by the 2 of Trower and the 6 of Johnson. Putman continuing to lead here on lap number 1. He's pulled out to a bigger advantage over the 3 of Trower. Johnson has dropped back to the 4th spot. Stephen Graham has moved up to 3rd. And in 5th, it's Timothy Keeler. Putman, Graham, Trower, Johnson, and now Ronnie Poole has moved up into the 5th position. It's Putman, followed by the 3 of Stephen Graham, then a gap back to the 88 of Brian Trower. Trower having some internet issues, as is Aaron Johnson. Putman, Graham, Trower, Johnson, then Ronnie Poole. Running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quick group of cars out front. It's going to be Jacob Putman continuing to lead, followed by the 3 of Graham, then the 88 of Trower. Johnson in the 00, working on the 88 of Trower. Trower continuing to flicker in and out of view as internet lag taking its toll on Brian Trower. Johnson, Trower, and the 5 of Ronnie Poole dropping back just a little bit from the 3 of Stephen Graham as Jacob Putman continues to lead on lap 4 of 30. Putman down the back straightaway into turn number 3, rolls the car through the center of 3, now out onto the front straightaway. Putman holding off the 3 of Stephen Graham. Graham knocking on the door. We're 5 laps into a 30-lap feature race. Jacob Putman continuing to lead. It looks like the 88 of Brian Trower beginning to close just a little bit on this front group, but it's still Putman, Graham, Trower, Johnson, and Poole. Johnson also closing in the top 4 now, beginning to put a little distance between themselves and Ronnie Poole. It's a fair amount back from Poole to the 94 car of John Tuckness. Out front, Jacob Putman continues to lead. Lap 6 of 30 underway. It's Putman, Graham, Trower. Trower continuing to close, now within 2 car lengths as Aaron Johnson tries to stick with this group. Up front, still Putman and Graham. Putman leads them through turn number 1 into 2. The 3 car of Stephen Graham looks to the inside. Putman continues to hold that high line. The line around Thompson Motorsports Park is the high part of the racetrack here. That's the quickest way around. You kind of have to let the car drift up in the center of the corner, then roll back into the throttle. Jacob Putman doing an excellent job of holding the car on the line, running some nice, quick, smooth laps. Stephen Graham continuing to pressure Putman, but at this time, Jacob Putman leads 8 laps into a 30-lap feature event, and it's Jacob Putman with the lead. Putman and Graham putting a little distance between themselves and the 88 of Brian Trower. The 00 of Johnson continues to stay about a 3 car lengths behind Trower. Up front, it is Putman and Graham putting on a show. Putman leads the field into turn number 4 down the front straight. We had a spin. That looks like the 3 of Stephen Graham spun and got off into the infield. Don't know if there was any contact, but that's going to move Trower and Johnson up 1 spot and drop Stephen Graham back. He's headed into the pits. Putman leading, followed by the 2 of Trower, then the 00 of Johnson. Behind them, a fair amount of distance to Ronnie Poole. Putman, Trower, Johnson, Poole, Tuckness round out the top 5. Stephen Graham appears to have retired from the event after slamming the inside wall. Up front, it's all Jacob Putman as the 88 car of Brian Trower continues to flicker in and out of existence. Putman putting some distance between himself and the 88. The 88 of Trower extending a little bit of a lead over the 00 of Johnson. These 3 cars with a large lead over the 5 of Ronnie Poole. Ronnie Poole a fair distance back as we approach the completion of lap number 12 here, the start of lap 13 of 30. It's still Jacob Putman with the lead. Putman, one of the best drivers on the iRacing service right now, consistently in the top 25 out of thousands of drivers that race in the Legends Cup every week. Jacob Putman with a huge lead over the 88. Looks like Trower's trying to close that gap down. He's maybe shortened it to about 5 car lengths. Johnson about 5 car lengths behind Trower. Then a distance of maybe 15 car lengths back to the 5 of Ronnie Poole. Behind Poole, John Tuckness is running 5th. Then the 11 of Sloan is 6th. The 9 of Keeler is 7th, followed by Ramsey, Daniel Keaton. Those are the top 9. All those cars on the lead lap. The first car a lap down is Max Donnelly, who measures 2 laps down at this point. Jacob Putman through turn 1 into turn 2, now onto the back straightaway. Putman out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway, closing on the 8 of Max Donnelly, puts Donnelly 3 laps down. Jacob Putman keeping up a torrid pace at Thompson Motorsport Park. Putman with about a 5 car length lead over Johnson. Trower about a 5 car length lead over Trower. Trower about 6 car lengths ahead of Johnson. Behind them, it's a fair distance back to Ronnie Poole. Putman with the lead, followed by Trower, Johnson, Poole, Tuckness, Sloan, Keeler, Ramsey, and Keaton. Jacob Putman in the El Fresco Mexican Grill screams around Thompson Motorsports Park. Gets a little loose coming out of 4 there, nearly catches the wall, but manages to collect the car and continue on his way. It's Putman, Trower, Johnson, Poole, Tuckness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're past the halfway point now. Jacob Putman continues to lead at Thompson Motorsport Park. That black and white Legends car beginning to close in on a lapped car here. Couldn't really tell who that lapped car might be. It's a black and red car. Could be the 10 of Daniel Keaton. That would make the most sense. It could also be the 7 of Logan Ramsey. We'll know more as Putman continues to keep up a blistering pace as he comes out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. Putman extending the lead over the 88 of Trower. Johnson starting to close just a little bit on Brian Trower. Don't know if Johnson's going to have enough race car to get to that second position, but out front, it doesn't matter. Jacob Putman extending the lead over the 88 of Trower. Up ahead of Putman, the 10 car of Daniel Keaton, the last car on the lead lap. Putman closing in rapidly on the 10 of Keaton. Jacob Putman, we're going to put the 10 car of Keaton a lap down here shortly. Hopefully lap traffic does not come into play. Generally speaking, in these top split races, drivers are really good about recognizing that the leaders are closing and giving them plenty of space. Right about now, I'd expect Jacob Putman to be on his radio asking that 10 car to go low so Putman can have the preferred groove, which is the high line. Let's see what happens as the drivers come through turn 2 out onto the back straightaway. Indeed, Daniel Keaton drops to the low side, gives Jacob Putman, our leader, plenty of room. Jacob Putman around Daniel Keaton to put Keaton a lap down. There are now 8 cars on the lead lap as Jacob Putman closes on the 7 car. That's the My Pretty Pony car of Logan Ramsey. Jacob Putman in the 1, Brian Trower in the 88, Johnson in the 00. Those are your top 3. As Putman has extended the lead over Trower to about 15, maybe 20 car lengths behind Trower. Johnson has also started to drop back as tire wear begins to show its ugly face at Thompson Motorsport Park. One of the keys to completing a successful Legends car race is finding a way to manage tires, and Jacob Putman is a master at it. Putman closes on the 7 of Logan Ramsey. Ramsey goes to the high side, gives Putman the inside. Now Ramsey turns down low as if he's going to try to make that crossover move. Nothing doing there, Mr. Ramsey. Putman's just too fast for the pair of you. Jacob Putman out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. 7 laps to go. He leads by about half a straightaway over the second place car of Brian Trower. Let's look back through the field. It is Brian Trower in second in that 88 car, about 15, maybe 20 car lengths behind the 1 of Putman. Behind Trower, it's Aaron Johnson in the 00 running in third. Johnson beginning to fade from Brian Trower and falling further behind. Behind Johnson, it's the 5 of Ronnie Poole, followed by the 4 of John Tuckness. Behind Tuckness, it's the 9 of Timothy Keeler. That's the Cobra Kai car. Behind Keeler then would be the 7 of Logan Ramsey. 6 cars remain on the lead lap as Jacob Putman keeps up a blistering pace at Thompson Motorsport Park. Putman rolls the car through 3 into the center of 3 and 4, now out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. Jacob Putman passes the start-finish line. There are 4 to go this time by. Putman with a 3-second lead over the 88 of Brian Trower and the 00 of Aaron Johnson, another 3 seconds behind, or another 2 seconds behind Trower. It's Putman, Trower, Johnson, Poole, Tuckness, the top 5 at Thompson Motorsport Park. But this race has been the Jacob Putman show as he continues to lead with 3 laps remaining this time by. Putman rolls the car through turn 1, through the center of 1 and 2, and now out of 2 onto the back straightaway. A nice, smooth line as he accelerates down the back straightaway into turn number 3. You can hear Putman lift from the gas, allow the car to turn just a little bit. Now he rolls into the throttle coming out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. There's 2 to go this time by. It's Jacob Putman with the lead, followed by Trower, Johnson, Poole, Tuckness, and Keeler. Those 6 cars remain on the lead lap at Thompson Motorsport Park. Jacob Putman putting on a clinic in the Legends cars this afternoon. Putman goes through turn 3, now through the center of 3 and 4, rolls out of 4 onto the front straightaway. He's going to take the white flag this time by. Putman gets a little loose coming out of 4. You don't think he's driving that car hard, folks? Jacob Putman pushing that car for all it's worth, even though he has a huge lead. Putman out of 2 onto the back straightaway. This is the final lap. Make no mistakes, and the race is yours. Putman gets loose out of 2 again. Now rolls down into the inside, lets the car drift back up. Comes out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. It will be Jacob Putman with the win. Second place, Brian Trower in the 88, followed by Aaron Johnson in third. The 5 of Rodney Poole in fourth. Tuckness in the 4 will come home in 5th spot. And Timothy Keeler will be the 6th place car, Tuckness being the last car on the lead lap. We're going to watch Jacob Putman do a little celebrating as he takes home the feature win at Thompson Motorsport Park. Great race this afternoon. Some of the very best Legends car drivers in the world. Tuckness, a perennial top 20 driver, as is Putman. Brian Trower at this point in time running in the top 50. Aaron Johnson also in the top 50 globally. So some great racers at Thompson Motorsports Park for the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network. This is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.